Hey, good morning, everybody. It is 8:13 on December 1st, Wednesday. My apologies. I had scheduled the stream, I thought, but when I went in this morning, I didn't see it in the schedule. So I'm just kind of throwing this out there, I guess, last minute. We got the Nasdaq up. Um, what's going on? Yesterday we had, where is it yesterday? A lot of selling coming in yesterday. We took our final trade. If you watched yesterday's video, we took a final trade right at the top of this thing. We went long, and then it reversed right away. We took a scalp up here somewhere, and then boom, just sold off. I did take a couple more trades after I had finished the video from yesterday, and we made another $1,000 in the sim, and which was just $100 in the actual performance account. Because remember, I'm copying micros. I'm sorry, I'm copying minis over to micros in the performance account. So I'm just playing it safe. And yeah, so right now, what do we got? So this is big sell. This was all on Jerome Powell's comment. He made a comment about interest rates rising. Or, um, uh, Yeah, I can't remember exactly what he said. I can remember the exact quote, but it was basically bad for the markets. Something to do with tapering. So it sent everything falling down pretty quickly. Market's recovering a little bit. We've got this up channel going on the 1 hour. We can see it here. We've come up into this value area high where we also have the point of control up here, value area high up here. So that's something to take a look at. Let's look over on the daily real quick. Well, before we look at the daily, we did have ADP numbers come out this morning, which were good. ADP is a precursor for NFP, which will come out on Friday. So I use this site. ADP employment change. They were better than expected, so that's good. One thing to look that's on the schedule for today is Powell's testifying in 45 minutes. So at 9 a.m. Central Time, he's testifying. I think that's going to be a market mover. Yesterday, you saw what happened when he made those comments. Market just shot down. So I don't know if you want to trade this thing before he starts talking, or if you want to, just have this up to see if the market really explodes one way or the other while he's talking and try to take advantage of that, like yesterday. That sell-off that happened yesterday, this thing right here at 10 o'clock, provided a lot of opportunity. I mean, market just dropped. I don't know if we can see it on the 5 minute. It's over here on the 5 minute. That was a ton of opportunity to get in on it. On the daily, what do we got going on the daily chart? Let's pop it up. I got a lot of red lines that I've drawn. I'm going to take off most of these to clean this up a little bit. I draw these kind of periodically throughout the trading session, and it gets a little jumbled. I'm going to leave this red one up here, this red horizontal line. It's going to correspond with the upper band on the 5 minute. I think that's going to be an area of resistance. If we break up above this resistance level, which we're kind of bouncing off of, up here, you can see this resistance. If price can get up over that, I think there's some room in here to capture. But we got to get over it. Right now, we're just ranging, really. We can draw another red line down here, which is the low of this range, which we can see going on right here. It's the low of that range. It also corresponds with the bottom of the band on the daily, on the 20-period Bollinger. And we have this down trend line, which all of that comes into play right at that point at 16,000, which is a very nice round number. So that seems like a pretty massive area of support to buy at, or to maybe perhaps watch price break if we roll over that today on something Powell says. But I think I'm going to take this off. I'm going to just try to clean this up a little bit. Some of these, trend lines are valid until they're not valid. Trend lines are not forever. It's not like I'm going to try to adjust that one a little bit more. I mean, you can see how all these points come right on that one spot at 16,000. Got this counter trend line, bottom of the Bollinger, and support, local support there. So 16,000 is a big number for today. A move up above 16,450, I think you could probably, pretty safe to say at least get 16,500 with the potential of getting up to 16,575 today. Those are the two areas. If, price moving around in here, there's not really much for me to do. And I think it's probably going to move around in that while Powell gives his testimony. I don't know if there's anything else. Hey, Vernon, good morning. So that's the daily. Is this a head and shoulders pattern? Anybody see this? You got the head up here, shoulder, break this line, boom, it's down. I just noticed that. I'm not big on head and shoulders patterns or inverse head and shoulders. I mean, it's just, it's just what price wants to do. Price breaks the support level. I think she's going to want to go down. Look at the weekly to see where it might want to go down to. And it probably would want to go down to that 20 SMA on the weekly, 15,500. So that is something to keep in mind, which is interesting. Again, head and shoulders pattern on the daily. Seems like that's developing. Shoulder, head, neckline, which is a massive area of support. It gets through that and probably going to come down to 15,500. And I think Powell could definitely send it down that way. On his testimony today. So, that's shaping up to, that's a pretty, it's 350 points away. Actually, I don't know if he can send it down on that. That may be even too far for this. Although it's up 0.5%. So, this move might be 2.5%. I don't know. It may have it in it. It'd be pretty extraordinary if it could get all the way down to 16,000 today and break through that with enough room left to find a trade. Here's some trades. There's a trade we took. Did I take that last night? No. Well, this is the sim account. I was goofing around last night, trying to get my settings correct. Yeah, so we're up 262 on the Apex Trader account. Not very much, $262 on on day 3, but we're trying to hold this thing and trying to trade really conservatively. Or good morning, Cesaric. Trying to trade really conservatively, so we don't blow it up. We don't stress ourselves out. I don't want to start another evaluation. So we're gonna see what we can do. I think my goal for this would be like 5,000 in the first month, or 4,500 in the first month. So that would allow me to take out my full 2,000 in the withdrawal that I'm allowed. If we could do that, that would be a success in my book. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to kind of sit on my hands, I think, for a little while and see if Powell's testimony sends this thing one way or the other. If you're just tuning in, again, like we can pull up the daily. The daily shows it a little bit better. That we've got, we're ranging right now, it looks like here, between 16,500 and 16,000. So that's like a 500-point range. If you're a range trader, you could short it up here, buy it up here. I think this level is going to be key support, but I'm waiting for a break one way or the other today. And I'm waiting for it to break and then take a trade up here, or this would be a pretty massive trade to the short side. However, I think we are still in this uptrend. But with us coming into the end of the year, the way that the markets are cyclical, and with Powell giving testimony and already signaling that tapering is going to begin, that I think he may be able to send this thing down and interest rates. If he says anything about interest rates rising, let's see what. This is one I was looking at. Not even tech, which is virtually priced, is in jeopardy. I don't think this is going to be about COVID. This is going to be all about the Fed killing this big up market. So New York Times had a good one this morning too that I was reading. Market's going to open in about 6 minutes. I'll let everybody get off here in a second. But I can't. Yeah, I mean, I would watch out for whatever Powell says. Powell says Fed could finish bond buying taper early. So stocks fall after Powell's. Stocks fall as the Fed signals it could end economic support sooner. So I think if Powell suggests anything like that, you could see the market today start to really move to the downside. So today's going to be kind of more of a fundamental trading day, I think. You may just want to wait to see what happens with his testimony at 9 o'clock. You could have it on CNBC, and they're going to be airing it, and just trade off that. If you see this thing break 16,000, if we get below this, then she's going down. And again, if you get up above you get up into this area, I think we'll come up to 16,570 would be your target. So that's my trading plan for today. I'm just going to sit on my hands, watch this thing move around. Again, ADP did come out this morning. ADP was good, so you should anticipate NFP on Friday to be good. But I think for today's trading, it's going to be all about Powell's testimony, which sent the market down yesterday. And I would suspect it will have the same effect one way or the other today. So this was the reaction on his comments yesterday about tapering and ending economic support via the Fed. And I think you may see a similar move today. So let's wait for his testimony. I'm going to wait for his testimony at 9. You guys can trade the open or trade however you like. Delta's dropping negative right now, negative 123 down here at VWAP. You could maybe take a scalp on the open, but safer just to wait and see what the market wants to do. I wish everybody the best of luck today. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to schedule the stream to go tomorrow at 10 a.m. I thought that I had set it up on the calendar to go live at 10 a.m., but when I went in this morning, it wasn't there. So I'm going to set that up right now to make sure it's right. I hope you guys can tune in again tomorrow, and best of luck to you today. See ya.